All right, if you don't listen to one thing that I've ever said and I ever will say, if you don't share any video that I ever have except this, just let it be this one. And just stick with me for a second. If you just press play, just stay with me, please. All right? I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to do nothing. I'm just going to be 110% me. And I'm going to talk about my past, my present, and how I'm going to predict my future. How am I going to predict my future? I know that caught you because who knows how to do that, right? I've had 3 job opportunities, 3 job offers in this last year to leave Danville. And as soon as I get where I'm at, I'm making 6 figures a year. And every year after that, I have the chance to grow and grow and grow. A couple years from now, I'll be making $250,000 a year. And I prayed about it aggressively, man. Like, what do I do? And something deep inside of me, way down in there, in the same deep dark cavern down in there that's such a faint little voice, the same place that tells you to follow your dreams, but you don't because the world just doesn't allow that majority of the time. It told me to stay right here in Danville for some reason. And I'm figuring out why. Because, all right, roll through your newsfeed and your screen. Whenever you hear like Oprah or somebody in another state that's super successful and they're telling their story, it doesn't click with you because you can't connect with them. You think that there's this giant gap between you and that person, that you're totally 100% different, and you don't even think that you're capable of doing what they're doing. It's already written in my future. Greatness. I've decided now. I'm going to die trying to get it. Because otherwise I'm just existing if I don't follow my dreams, man. And if I stay right here in Danville and do it, the majority of you watching this right now grew up with me. You know, I had 4 felonies before I turned 15. I had problems with drugs and alcohol. I got kicked out of school. I was fighting all the time. I was the misfit. I was the one you wouldn't let your kids hang out with. I'm the one that the cops look out for. I'm that guy. So by God, if you see me start to succeed and I come out of it and I make it, it'll connect and you'll say, if Timmy can do it, I can do it. And that's my goal, man. I don't want to be great by myself. I don't want to just go get rich. I want to be wealthy, and I want to spread love to all my people around me. I want to bring enlightenment. I want to release us from the bondage of this culture and of this world that grips us and puts us in concrete. And it says, nah, man, you can't. You can't follow your dreams. Whatever that is deep down in there, it says you can't do that, man. You gotta work until you're 55 every day, doing something you don't like to do. You gotta get up tomorrow and hate what you're gonna go do. That's what you have to do. You have no other choice. And as a child, you have those dreams. You have those dreams as a little kid. Man, I want to be an astronaut. I want to be this. I want to be that. I want to do this and that. And then what your parents say? Come back down here. Be realistic. Stop being so grandiose. Well, maybe grandiose to you is my reality. You can't let somebody else decide your fate. And that's what I'm going to do. So look, I want you to see exactly where I am. I want you to see that I've been broke and I'm struggling and I came from nothing. I'm nowhere. I want you to see that. So maybe you might be inspired to get up and understand that you're not alone, man. You're not the only one that's facing adversity and obstacles and still going to go after it. So check this out. This is where I'm at. My grandmother's basement, all right? Right here, there's nothing here. There's no great house. There's no nice cars I had paid for. There's nothing, man. But I'm content, man. I'm so appreciative of this. Because I could be outside cold where I have been before. I could be hungry like where I have been before. I could be at the mercy of drugs and alcohol. I can't even stand to be awake with my own thoughts like I have been before. But I'm here and I'm happy with that. But I'm not satisfied. That's it. Be content where you are, but not satisfied. I mean, look, I ain't even had time to fix the crown mold or painting or anything because I've been working 100 hours a week, every week for the past few months. And it ain't broke through yet. But like I tell my clients in the gym, that's why it's so hard. That's why not everybody's walking around just ripped and in the best shape they can possibly be. Because you go in the gym and you bust your ass. And it's the hardest thing you've ever done in your life. And you don't see no results. You don't see anything happening until about 2 months, 2-3 months in, until what you've been doing starts to pay off and your hard work starts to pay off, but you don't see it right away. That's why everybody in our culture is stuck where they're at, because they want a quick fix. They want it done right now. And I'm telling you right now, you can be great, But it's not going to be easy. It's going to be the hardest thing you've ever done, but it's going to be the simplest thing you've ever done. And it's going to be far easier than living an entire life of being mediocre and being what other people say you have to be. Look, I sat down here in this very basement, man. 2012, I laid right there on the other side of that room on a couch after I blasted my leg and almost died. Because I sat there doing my pain pills and drinking alcohol and just almost killed myself, man. Because I placed my identity in who I was just in this body, just in this fitness, just in that one aspect of my life. I didn't know that who I was actually somewhere deeper down in there in this thing we call soul, in our mind. That's who we are. Man, my friend, one of my good friends, man, his dad is a veteran, a soldier. And as soon as he got broke down and was paralyzed, he thought he had nothing. He almost killed himself. He put a 45 in his mouth and clicked it. And it didn't go off. Because he thought that who he was in his body, but then he realized it's who you are in here, man. You are who you decide to be. I sat right here in this very spot, and I had my pistol, a 380, and stroked it and thought about killing myself, man. I sat here and thought about it for like hours. Because I couldn't even stand to be awake with my own thoughts anymore, man. Sitting here wondering about what life even means. And is it even worth it anymore? Because it's so hard. I've been there, man. I'm not just somebody had this silver spoon in their mouth their whole life and sitting there telling you, oh yeah, you can do it. Because then you're sitting there like, man, you don't understand what I've been through. Well, I do. And I'm grateful for the struggle because now I can sit here and connect with you and lift you up out of it. I can be grateful for where you are because your story, whatever struggle you're going through right now, man, you can save lives with it. Not only change your lives, but you can change so many lives. It's our duty, it's our obligation as human beings to be great, to rise up and to lead the people around us, man. Read every biography you know about every great person to ever live. And every one of them said it. I didn't know how I was going to do it. I just knew I was going to. And that's what I'm sitting here telling you right now. I still don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm not even sure what I pray to, man. I like to think it's God and it's Christ and all these things, and we raise up to think, but none of us really truly know what it is that made us. Otherwise, there wouldn't be atheists, Christians, Buddhists, Muslims, that we wouldn't have these separate denominations, because if we knew for sure, we wouldn't be separated, man. We were all created by the same exact thing. We just have different perspectives of it. And if we can just drop that perspective and lock hands and just understand that whatever it is, it wants the best for us. It is undeniable. I don't care who you are right now watching this. It's undeniable that there is a good and there is an evil. We have different names for it, but there is good and there is evil. There's two distinct directions that you can live in life. I know everything. Well, the good way, the way I choose, it's based on correct principles. Honesty. You know, look at this, man. Like, you have no doubt in your mind that that would never drop. It will never float because it's a law of the universe. Gravity, it will always be that. So you're sitting there, you understand laws. You understand immovable laws. I'm telling you right now, and I've lived it thus far, persistence cannot be ignored. If you continue to work towards something, if you continue to walk in a certain direction, even if your mom, your wife, whoever it is, I don't care. If they're telling you can't do it, if you continue to work that way, it is impossible for it to not to work. The same way it's impossible for me to drop that and it not hit the ground. It's that simple. It's difficult because we've been conditioned by this culture to think a certain way. I went to college for a semester and I realized after a month, after one semester, I mean, I don't have to go here for 6 years and pay all this money out for somebody to write down a piece of paper and say you're capable of making money. I decide that. And it was one of the hardest things I ever did. I got ridiculed so much for leaving. Because what? Go to college, get a good education, get a good job, and then you'll be happy, right? No. We decide. We decide. Walk with me. I know you're sitting there right now. You feel that surge. You feel that little spark deep down in there. It starts beating at the door again. It gets louder and louder and louder. Every time you hear a motivational song, you hear a motivational message about something, you feel that kindle down in there. And as soon as this is over, a lot of you are going to just lay down. And you're going to give up on whatever that is. It's screaming at you to chase it. And I'm telling you, I told you before, it's going to be hard. It's the hardest thing I ever did, man. But I know it would have been harder to stay where I was. To continue to wake up every day and have that dream down in there to be great, or just to have financial freedom and be with your people every day, not have to worry about money, and just give up on it because it's scary, because it's hard, because nobody else around you's doing it. I mean, literally, you can lay down and just float on your back. It's like a lazy river going through life. To be like everyone else, to listen to the same music as them, dress them, value the same things, go in the same routes to make money. And then every now and then you have somebody like me, have somebody like you're sitting there thinking about, wanting to just take off paddling upstream, man. Go somewhere different, be different. But then everybody around you, they see you going somewhere where they can't go themselves, or they're too lazy to do it, so they begin to drag you down. So if you decide right now, I'm doing it. I'm not giving up, no matter what anybody says. Keep that. And don't consult anybody. Don't make any announcements. If you look at the criteria for God's will or goodwill, honesty, purity, out of motivation, and just all good things, if what you want to do is good, don't worry about the opinion of anyone, man. Do it. Do it, man. And surround yourself with like-minded people. Find some other people that think like this. Talk to me, man. I will message any of you back. If there's anything I could ever help with, I've been telling you that. We gotta work together, because it's hard. Pray to something. If you don't know what it is, I told you, I don't even know half the time what I'm praying to. But I know it's there. You look outside and you see the leaves ruffling and stuff, and you can't see the wind, but you know it's there. Just like you said, inside of every man, woman, and child is embedded in them a willingness and a longing to know whatever it is that created us and have a relationship with it. You don't have to know how. Your situation can be so grim right now that it's like it's impossible. Man, I was locked up 2 years before I even turned 18. My father was in prison 18 of my 21 years, and the other 3 was just simply teaching me how to use and abuse women, use drugs and alcohol to solve my issues, and look for a quick and easy way to always make things happen, like gambling. Now, I had another part of my family that was good influences, but man, you have that one person in your life that you're just like, man, I want to be just like him. And of course, most kids, it's their daddy. Unfortunately, mine is who he was. I began to be programmed. I had a certain script. And I looked at women a certain way. I used drugs and alcohol a certain way and all that stuff. But inside, I didn't want to. I wanted to be something different, and I didn't know why the way I was. There's certain things you're doing right now, certain things how you're thinking, and you don't really know why you do them. But you don't really want to be that. Well, don't settle for it. I'm sitting here telling you right now, you don't have to. I'm with you. This woman right here behind this camera, man, put up with so much from me. Whenever I was in that position, I didn't know who I was or why I was. But she saw the good in me and kept through, man. If you've been working hard, it's like planting a seed right below the surface. And you're watering it and you're working it. It's right there about to break through. You're about to see the results. Don't quit. What else is there to live for? The only other thing you want to do is go exist. We don't have any choice but to wake up. And to be alive, man. Live. Live with me. Let's do it.